Hello everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World 4 video. We're back on the London Underground on the Bakerloo line, which is coming up to 4 years old already, which is just wrong. How is it 4 years old? Or almost 4 years old already. And we're going to be taking a trip down to Elephant and Castle, which I suppose would be at sort of peak time rush hour, so it should also sort of be the busiest. So let's get the train set up. There we go, off and release. I'll put that back into brakes. We'll set that to Elephant and Castle. We won't bother with the back one, as there literally is no point in doing the back one. Headlights should be all on. Yep, and we'll get the saloon lights on as well, as we don't want passengers being in the dark. See that they're now on. Cool. Right, and now we're just awaiting the road into Queen's Park, which we are a little bit sort of early. So cool. But yeah, I thought we'd come on here. Yeah, well, as I said, it's coming up to 4 years, and just to sort of try and get it at a busy time, which being this time in the morning, I sort of hope it would be quite busy. There's a couple of trains already there ahead of us. I think that one's just leaving. So we should get the road as soon as that one's pulled out. Hopefully. Because we have to try and get a nice screenshot in photo mode before we get into the tunnels. Because otherwise we're not going to be able to get a proper good photo as we'll be in the tunnel. I think you can you use photo mode in the tunnels? Possibly. So wait for that disc to spin, and then we'll be on the move. If it wants to spin. Got 5 seconds to wait. Now. There we go. Right, Queen's Park, let's get going. We'll do a little brake test as well. As we begin. So into platform 1, that you can see the next train's already following that other one in. Brake test, yeah, working fine. Probably should have done a little toot toot as we were leaving the depot. Oh, shed. Hardly really a depot, is it really? Or at least that northern shed. The one down there's got like walkways and everything. Here we are, Queen's Park Station. Also, another incentive to get back on this route is I've actually been on the Underground quite a bit recently. On the Piccadilly line, I went all the way from Green Park to Heathrow Terminal 4. I think it was Terminal 1, 2 and Terminal 2 and 3, which I wouldn't recommend. It takes a very long time, and it was on a hot day, so it was even worse. And it didn't feel that safe either. Always take the Elizabeth line. Here we are, this is Queen's Park. There you go, we'll get the door shut and get going already. So it's about 30 minutes we've got down to... Right, let's go down to Elephant and Castle. All in the tunnels. I'll have to try and get a little photo here as well. Otherwise nobody's really going to see much. So let's let that out. There we go. Look at that. Actually, looks quite cool. Actually, just like that. You know what? Let's go for that. We've got the signal box behind the other train there as well. We'll get another one sort of like that. It's good with the sun on it as well. It's pretty solid. Like it. Yeah, you've sort of got the proper sort of depot shed there, as opposed to that sort of makeshift one just north of the station. Cool. And then as soon as the front of the train gets past that board, we can speed up to 35 as it's the tube. So it works a little bit differently to the overground where you've got to wait for the back of the train to pass it. There we go. sort of the fast part. There you go, went out 35. It's always a challenge, though. It's like, how fast can you come into the station and still get a fairly comfortable stop? Because you don't want to come in too fast, so it's like, yeah, panic, like, uh-oh, we're going to stop in time. So yeah, at the moment we're coming in at about 30. Slam the brakes on. So yeah, just trying to sort of balance it between not going too quick and then sort of panicking to come to a stop, but then not coming in too slow, so you sort of have to crawl along the platform. Quite fun trying to balance it. Yeah, this is Kilburn Park, and it's Maida Vale after this. And we're already 20 seconds late. Timings are slightly tight. Let's go. Oh yeah, the oldest stock running on the tube. 52 years old these are. And they're still, I'd say, going quite strong. I mean, same with the 1973 stock, that's, 51 years old, and they're still going strong. I suppose when you sort of think of the old tube stock, you really sort of only think of the 72 stock, but then you've also got the 73 stock on the Piccadilly line, which almost looks a lot like it's in like much better condition. I don't know, 72 stock or 73 stock, what's your preference, even though there's not really much of a difference? I was saying that this one, as opposed to the 67 stock, they're fairly similar. And of the 67 stock, you've got ATO. Now that's what you call a good stop. Look, bang on, basically. Yeah, that was a pretty quick one as well. And then we're off to Warwick Avenue. Still 20 seconds behind. And we're off. Back into the tunnels. Yeah, tons of trains. So that's the great thing. You've now got sort of, well, it's not really new anymore, but you've got the sort of realistic timetable on here now. So there's just so many trains. It's so impressive just to sit at somewhere like Oxford Circus and see train, 2 minutes later, another train, 2 minutes later, another train. As on the older timetable for this route, it was like 2 minutes, yet another train, 10 minutes, then another train. It was just a bit sort of sporadic. Whereas now it's, I suppose, the real deal. Which is great. Up to 35. Let's always assume the T means 35. And who out? This is Warwick Avenue. Now that was one of those stops where it's like, hang on, are we actually going to be alright? A slight quick arrival into that one. And look, we've lost another sort of 40 seconds now, or another 20 seconds on top of the 20 seconds. It's like, what? Yeah, Paddington is up next. And that's sort of then the first section done. I like to sort of separate it, so you got Queen's Park to Paddington, Paddington to Baker Street, and then Baker Street basically down to Elephant and Castle. Is it 25 into Paddington? I know it slows down for it. There's the 30. What 30? Oh yeah, does photo mode work down here? Oh, it does. Oh my god. Okay, photo mode does work. It just looks really... Oh, that looks weird. Oh yeah, there's photo mode in the tunnels. No, it's just well because when we're sort of then like floated, we're sort of just sort of in floating tunnels. There's no sort of dirt or rock around us. It's just air. Quite funny when you look at it like that. Well, this is Paddington. Change for the Hammersmith City, Circle Line, District Line, Elizabeth Line, and National Rail Services. And the numerous London bus routes. There we go. London bus routes are confusing. Can anybody watching confidently sort of name and be like, oh yeah, that or number, yeah, that route goes there, that route goes there in London. There's just so many. Right, back on time. Sort of the slow bit, this bit. Up to 20. I think the audio's alright. I'm just going to actually check that. Turn it down just a little bit. Slightly high. There we go. I mean, speed up a little bit. Not much faster though. It is, I think, yeah, Edgware Road next. That's the next one along. I love that they've got a lot of stations on the underground. They share the same stations. So say, yeah, Paddington to Edgware Road. You could do it in the Bakerloo line, Circle line, District line. There's sort of two options. I suppose most people probably would just pick the subsurface lines, as it's just easier and quicker to get to. Here we are. Edgware Road, and then Marylebone next. About 10 seconds behind. Let's go. Love that FUD sort of, and then it proper becomes a rocket. And we are off. So we're about halfway through the journey to Elephant and Castle now. It goes relatively quick, especially sort of once you're sort of at this stage in it. So all the stations are quite close to one another. You're sort of proper sort of central London now. Sort of the more exciting part of the route. I still just can't believe it's been almost 4 years since this route released. It's just, I mean, almost 4 years since it was announced. It's just like, what? Where's that time gone? I mean, when this route was announced, it was still, I think, lockdown. The first lockdown, or maybe we had just come out of it, or it was sort of slowly getting back to, you know, we're able to go out. So now, you know, 4 years later, sort of completely back to normal. We've got tons of other routes now in TSW. We're TSW, you know, 4 now, as opposed to TSW 2, or as it was when this was announced, TSW 2020. It's just crazy to think how fast time has gone. Well, then you look at routes on Trainstone Classic. Like, you know, the Brighton Main Line, that's on there 12 years old or so. It's like, what? How? Right, Baker Street next. Cool. And after Baker Street, it sort of then goes on to the quicker, more central part of the route. Thing is, though, what part of this route do you prefer? I know a lot of people just literally like to stick on the underground, but they won't bother going to Harrow and Woodstone. Remember, there was someone, Ryan Banana Craft, maybe he's watching. He used to literally only stick to the underground part of this route. I would go backwards and forth like all day, just on the underground bit. Not even bother going up to, you know, Stonebridge or Harrow and Woodstone. Or maybe you're opposite. Maybe you like to stand on the overground part. Yeah, this is Baker Street, about 30 seconds behind, which on the tube is a big deal. And then Regent's Park next. Would love them to do another underground route though in future. Preferably the Piccadilly line. I think the Piccadilly line would be a really, really nice addition. Not only because I've been on it quite a few times now, but being, you know, another sort of manually controlled route still, lots of variety in services. It is an awfully long route, but you know, if they spent a lot of time on it, maybe got some other teams helping with it, I think it could be a real gem having, you know, the full Piccadilly line, or you know, sell the main bit, you know, Heathrow to Cockfosters, and then the bit to Rainers Lane as DLC or something, or vice versa. Or even, you know, Cockfosters down to central London, and then the bit to Heathrow and Uxbridge come at a later date as separate sort of modular extensions. And yeah, I think that would probably be the next sort of best tube line to have in the game, because it's still manual. It's not automatic, just pressing the button and going. It's still, you know, doing all of the controls. I mean, I know a lot of people want the Jubilee line in the game, but when you think about it, it's probably not going to be that fun. I mean, it still will be fun and it will be cool, but you'll just be pressing the button. All you'll be doing is the doors. The rest you'll just be clicking the button to go and sort of just... I don't know. I mean, it would be cool to see ATO... I mean, it's a bit like LZB in the game. Like on Castle Versberg. I mean, that route gets a bit boring. I don't know. Would you want a route which is fully ATO? Or could you, you know, have something like the Elizabeth line? I know that's not really a tube route, where only the central bit's ATO and the rest is sort of manual, sort of a mix. That might be better. Right, Oxford Circus next. Yeah, so sort of proper in central London now. All the busy streets above us, shoppers, buses, London. And if you haven't made it this far in the video, thanks everybody for watching. And of course, if you do want to see more, feel free to subscribe. We do plenty of Train Sim World, and plenty more to come. 20, which is sort of naturally down to. All the loud flange, which I'm just going to turn down the game a little bit more again. And here we are, this is Oxford Circus. There, another train screeching over the other side. And after this then get Piccadilly Circus, which is one of the more notable stations on the route. Here we are. And we are about 50 seconds late now. Not good enough. It's quite slow as well to Piccadilly Circus. Let's go. Only 20. Nice. So cutting straight through cutting straight through central London now. Right through the heart of London. It's slightly slow this bit. But it will get there. Slowly. Trotting along. Hey, you got the 30 there. It doesn't last for long though. You sort of speed up and have to slow straight back down. There you go. So you speed up and then slow right back down. There's round 2, I think again it's 25 then 20. Something along those lines. Definitely 20 I think into the station. Yeah, 20. And this is Piccadilly Circus, one of the cool stations. Oh, you can you actually go in? No, you're sort of stuck on the... Can we actually get into the station? Hang on, I think we can. Oh, there you go, that's cool, there you go. You can actually go down onto platform level in photo mode. Just. Well, you know what, let's try and get a photo then. There we go, that'll do. So you sort of just got to find the entrance and go down into it. Whilst you're sort of floating in the air. And after this you've then got Charing Cross and Embankment. Should really be in line with the cameras there, but I mean this is fine, we can see the cameras alright. Cool. That's a lot of flange. A hell of a lot of flange. There's the 20. So we're sort of curling down and round now into Charing Cross. And from here, we're not that far off now. Here we are. And you got the slow bit all the way to Embankment. Like it's a straight line, but it's like 20 miles per hour. It's like, why? Has anyone played this game first and then gone on the Bakerloo line in real life? And sort of recognised and... Doors shut. And yeah, 20 miles per hour slog to Embankment. However, not very far though. Actually just there. Cool, and then coast it. Lovely. And here is Embankment. Creeping into it. Here we are. Through the doors. And then yeah, we've got Waterloo, Lambeth North, and then Elephant and Castle. So not too far. Let's go. You actually get quite a fast bit between Embankment and Waterloo. It's quite weird. It's like, yeah, up to 35 miles per hour. Just this little short stretch and then slows right down again. After that little slow bit through the main centre of London. And it slows right back down again. And now coming into Waterloo. Cool. I have to turn my audio down. That flange is like too noisy. Just screeching. Getting too much. There's a collectible I haven't got. Here we are. This is Waterloo, and then Lambeth North, and Elephant and Castle. Right, got the green. Close the doors. And off we go. There's a little boost. Thrusters engaged. And yeah, Lambeth North up next, which isn't too far. We're now south of the river now. So you've got to be careful of the signals coming up round here, because Elephant and Castle, there's the cheekiest signal. It's sort of, you get the yellow and it's just after it's the red, but it's on quite a blind corner. So quite a hardy spadded signal. I've even spadded it, I think, once or twice. And I sort of learnt my lesson and I was like, oh, okay, right, I need to be quite careful round here. Lambeth North. It doesn't look this nice in real life. Last time I went here, all the walls were sort of crumbling, and I mean, you can sort of see the little stains and stuff, but there was like chunks missing. I don't know if that's been changed since. I mean, that was 2015. But yeah, it was not the nicest of stations. Yeah, coming into platform 4. Is that the one where we have to come across? Oh no, platform 4 is actually straight in. Cool. Yeah, so you've got to be quite careful coming up. If you see that yellow, in fact, do you even get a yellow for it? No, I probably certainly do. It's not a nice signal though. Just know that. It's a nasty one. Just looking out for any sort of red. When we come around the corner. Okay, I think yeah, that one there. It's that signal there. So you sort of come around that corner, and quite soon after, it's then that signal, which 50% of the time is red. So you've got to be careful. There's the other train in there. Here we are, Elephant and Castle. Nice and steady into here. Everybody waiting. This probably goes back out in about 4 or 5 minutes. Back up to Queen's Park. Here we go. That is Journey's End. Do that. That should then do all the lights and stuff. Cool. Wasn't too bad. That was a pretty decent run. 7 miles. So yeah, fair bit as well. Let's get the lights off. Headlights off. And yeah, they're already on. Cool. And obviously, of course, we will take that out. Quite important to do so. But yeah, that is going to be it, everybody, for today's Train Sim World 4 video. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. Links, usual places, Discord, PayPal, merch store. Apart from that, thanks all for coming in. Hopefully we'll see you next time. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.